Black people versus everyone. You heard it. We are still going strong. Every freaking day, every freaking night, we are still boycotting, and Asians Americans are whining and crying. I bet you that guy that came out here talking about we don't need your business and all this, he feeling very sorry now. Why haven't we heard from him lately? What's the update on him? I wonder. Well, I came across these videos of these individuals. They're speaking about the Asian boycott. Still, it's still going on. We're still keeping our boots on the ground. And honey, this is going to be in the history books. Your grandkids, kids is going to read about this in the history books. Okay, this is a time. So I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe, and check this out.
It exposes exactly what we knew you harbored in your heart. And now you just confirmed it for the world to see. Clearly, this attitude has been allowed to run so rampant in their business for so long that this is the manifestation of it. It's the heart of people, the hairs, the nails, the etc. That was an amenity, not a necessity. You started in black neighborhoods, you grew your business, and you was able to graduate to the white neighborhoods. You were not allowed to start there. And that's a fact. The Chinatowns and all of these towns y'all built, you were able to secure overseas lending, in addition to the funds that you received from the black community. Whereas the banks didn't allow us to open up our businesses because they didn't want us to circulate our money within our communities to build. You're trying to compare apples to oranges. You have help, whereas black Americans started from scratch. You don't outwork anybody. You're allowed to do what you do versus native black Americans in this country. You're still not beating anybody like you try to insinuate in your condescending ass message. You don't outwork us. That's the lie that you keep telling yourself to make yourself feel better. So yeah, black Americans are right to say, we don't want to do business with you.
It's black people versus everyone. It is black people versus everyone. This is why black people say, don't put us in that BIPOC shit. Don't call us people of color. We just black. We just black. It's literally us against everybody, dog. They over-masculinize our children. You're not asking the right questions, Asian man. Why would a 14-year-old black kid have to carry a weapon? I don't know. Because maybe black young men and black young women are being targeted violently all the time and they feel like they got to protect themselves. Why is a bunch of old-ass Asian men chasing a boy 100 yards from a store with a pew-pew to gun him down from the back? Come on.
And Bigot came on and said that if we were to boycott Asian establishments, that basically they'll stop, they'll close their laundromats, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's the point. The point is for you to close out your establishments. Because let me just say this first and foremost. Black people, first and foremost, it's a huge assumption to believe that black people aren't resourceful enough to be able to do these things. We were doing these things before there was actual laundromats, okay? We've always been resourceful. And let's not pretend that Asian establishments would not be able to thrive the way that they are thriving if it wasn't for the business that black people give to them. Because we all know that in predominantly white communities, aside from the Chinese restaurants, white people would never allow a bunch of Asian establishments to come and infiltrate their area. Absolutely not. And most white areas, they have their own stores. They do their own things. And we need to really take a page from their book. But first and foremost, to assume that we need their laundromats or we need them in any aspect is insane. Especially the fact that I don't think that we really tap into the fact that many of us are resourceful in itself. We have the education, we have the businesses, a lot of black women make their own hair products. Like, we really can tap into each other once again. Our spending power is $1.7 trillion. And I think that these things are happening today with the whole disenfranchisement of black women, defunding our HBCUs, the Voter Rights Act, all the things that are happening really telling us, and I think all signs is leading to the fact that we need to once again stand in solidarity. We keep on asking for allyship with everybody else, but we haven't even fully mastered the foundation of being allies within our own community. And the minute that we start to do that, people will not be bold enough to fix their face and say, we'll close our laundromats if you decide to boycott. We'll take this from you and we'll take that from you. Not realizing that if it wasn't for us, they would be out of business, because we all know that the Asian community needs us for business as much as they think that we need them for comfortability. All I'm going to say is that our ancestors, literally, when they were boycotting, they walked where they needed to go. I'm talking about for miles in order to set the record straight. And it really made a lot of changes. It really did. It made a huge difference. We're not boycotting enough, guys. We're not boycotting enough. And I do believe that there should be some examples. I don't think that we should be rioting and vandalizing the store. I think that we need to stand in solidarity and come to an agreement that at this present time, we're just going to backtrack from those establishments and start focusing on our own. Anyway, you guys let me know. Be sure to like, share, and follow for more.
I need us to make money. $2 trillion a year is what blacks spend in the U.S. economy. $2 trillion a year. And it's the same reason why y'all put most of your businesses in black neighborhoods. All those Chinese restaurants and nail salons and hair stores and all that. Because hell yeah, you need us to make money. So don't fuck your money up talking sick, motherfucker. But I will say this after that Rick Child not guilty verdict. Man, the system only works when we're divided, when we against each other, and when we only focusing on reacting. We need to start coming together, supporting each other, spending in each other's businesses, and being more organized, man. Fathers, we need to start being around for our young men, and we need to start teaching the youth it ain't just the protesting, and it ain't just focusing on the reaction side of things. We need more black judges, more black police officers, more black sheriffs, more black attorneys, more black city officials, community leaders, all that. It ain't just what Trump and other presidents is doing. Voting and local leaders and local shit, it matters the most because it's the direct impact to your neighborhoods, and that's where the changes really get made. We can't just keep asking these people for change, because obviously that ain't working. We've been doing that shit for years and they ain't gotten us nowhere. So we need to start getting in these positions of power and be the ones that make the change.
So yeah, I'm landing my plane.
I just passed by a boycott of an Asian hair store here in Houston. And immediately when I get on TikTok, I see a post of a young gentleman saying people all over the country are boycotting Asian hair stores and Asian nail salons because of what happened to Cyrus. The most liked comment said, "Why punish other businesses that had nothing to do that?" And my response to that is very simple. Because I can't look at the color of your skin to determine whether you're friend or foe. For years, y'all have looked at the color of our skin and looped us all as criminals, as has-beens. We ain't gonna never be nothing, and we are tired. But when we do it to you, it's a problem. But Drea, we're not all like that. And I understand that you're not all like that. But I am not willing to walk into another store or into another business that don't have somebody that look like me to find out that you're not one of the cool ones. What do? We stop going to all of your establishments. We start supporting our own, period. I'm about to start putting together a series of Black Wall Street Zooms that is free, that is for everybody in the Black community that can come and start learning about resources in your area for you to support your own people. And I know that there's an app out there that you can go to. I'm not talking about no app. I'm talking about real conversations, real people that you can connect to in your area.
As usual, when there's harm done in the Black community, we're expected to just sit down and take it. And then when we say we're not taking it anymore, folks want to get in their feelings. Now, before we get started, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, follow all the things. I'm going to talk my issue. We'll have a good time, but let's get into it. So this man, I'm going to show you a video in a few minutes, is an Asian man who decided to get on his platform because he is mad that Black people said they are not going to be patronizing Asian establishments in Black communities. And he had a lot to say. Check it out right here.
Love when the Black community says, let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the Black culture and the hip hop culture. Where do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood.
So I want to address a few things in this video. First and foremost, sir, you sound really ridiculous and you sound like you just trying to cause division and because it gets you clicks and views. So let's break this down. Your first comment was fine. You'll take out the Asian stores, the food stores. You'll take out the liquor stores. Sir, that ain't harming us. The liquor stores don't need to be in the community no doggone way. Alcohol is not good for us. Y'all food got MSG and salt. That ain't good for us. So removing them from the black community? Oh, well, what harm is that going to cause us? If you take your nail shops out, guess what? We were looking for more black people to do nails anyway. Thank God my nail girl, black. Shout out to Dazzle by Diamonds. So we don't need that shit from y'all. Then you want to bring the don't buy Nikes, don't buy Jordans, don't buy TVs, don't buy this, because all of that is made by Asian people. Let me be clear. 90% of that stuff was created by black people. Y'all just manufacture it. And I'm not buying directly from anybody in Asia. So to tell us we can't buy Jordans, you really think Nike gonna stop selling to their biggest customer? You really think that? Because see, what Nike does is they use y'all and your cheap labor to make the product, and then they sell it to us. So telling us not to buy it only hurts y'all, baby. It don't hurt us. We don't have to buy Jordans. It's choice. So if we don't buy Jordans or we don't buy Nike, there's a million other shoe companies we can buy from. But guess what? All of them are manufactured in Asia. So they're using y'all for your cheap labor, and y'all ain't smart enough to figure it out. So you want to get on here and talk big shit when your people that are making them Nikes probably making them for 20 cents an hour. But you are so ingrained in wanting to have an adjacency to whiteness, you're mad at the black people that are being disrespected and not the white people that are playing in y'all faces. Then you sat up here and made a comment in reference to the fact that y'all can be in white neighborhoods. Y'all don't have to be in black neighborhoods. That's a lie. And another reason why you need to pick up a history book. Because the reason you're in black neighborhoods is, again, because the real estate was cheaper. And that is where you guys were able to get the grants and loans. They didn't want your asses in the white neighborhoods. That's why y'all don't have a plethora of businesses except for maybe a Chinese food spot and some nail shops. But you keep wanting to be accepted by a group of people that didn't even want you there. If that's not the most backwards, self-hating shit I've ever seen, y'all Asian women don't even want y'all. They go marry white men more than they marry Asian men, sir. I think you really need to look within your own community and figure out what the problem is y'all have. Because while you worried about what black people gonna do, y'all within your whole community, women hating y'all men, and your men hating yourselves and wanting to be white men. It's really shameful and sad.
If this is not a wake-up call to Black America, I don't know what is. He's saying the quiet part out loud, what his folks really think about Black Americans. There's a strong dislike. They're only in the community to do business. Like he stated, we got our own community. We don't even want to really be here doing business with y'all. Where you think hurry up and buy come from? Yeah, give me the money and leave the store. Just leave. Because we don't live in your communities. We have our own communities. And if they're not in those communities, they're living amongst them. So yeah, this should not only be a boycott and ban, but this should be a call for Black American mom and pop shops to come back to Black American communities. And Chinese, bro, y'all really need to knock it off, because what do y'all think y'all known to the world as? The emperors of knockoffs. Ask Louis Vuitton how they feel about the Chinese knocking off their products. Ask Gucci, all these high-end luxury brands, all these brands, how they feel about China knocking off their products. Y'all are not innovators. Y'all are imitators. You have to send a Chinese balloon, spy balloon across America. And when it comes to the microphone, the modern mic, the advancement of acoustic technology, no Asians had nothing to do with none of that. It was a Black American man, Dr. James West. He played a major factor in the breakthrough of acoustic technology. So you had nothing to do with giving Black America a voice. But like I said, y'all known for knockoffs, Timo, DHgate, Alibaba. People buy from them because it's cheap, not because of the quality. Like, yeah, but like, I really wish that Black American mom and pop shops make a comeback. Because look, he belittled Black Americans. Like, oh, You need to buy from our liquor stores. You need to buy from our, you need services from our laundry services. Like Black Americans don't own liquor stores. Like there's no Black American owned liquor store. Like there's no Black American owned cleaners. The Jeffersons, remember the Jeffersons, that show? But there's real life Black owned cleaners. There just need to be more of them. But yeah, this is how they really feel. And to the women, Black American women, you correct me if I'm wrong. If you in those nail shops, those nail salons, they treat the non-Black American women differently than how they treat Black American women. And far as this immigrant stuff, y'all need to knock it off, because if it wasn't for the Immigration Act and Nationality Act of 1964, 1965, y'all wouldn't even be over here, because they already had an Immigration Act of 1924, which favor these immigrants, right? The only reason you're over here is because of that.
Boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the Black culture and the hip hop culture. Where do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are in our neighborhoods? We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. And you're not embarrassed? Go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. I want to see your own women get on their hands and knees and do pedicures and manicures and deal with nasty ass attitudes, okay? Please, boycott Asian business. I'm all.
I love when people speak out of anger.